This is a 13 Weather Impact Alert.
Good Wednesday evening, West Michigan. The time here is 8:15, and we are contending with a little bit of severe weather here on this Wednesday evening. I'm meteorologist Blake Hansen. Let's get to it. A line of thunderstorms that originated in Illinois have now made their way into parts of West Michigan, specifically in the southwest corner of the state. Just a few minutes ago, the National Weather Service issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Van Buren County all the way till 9 o'clock this evening. So this severe thunderstorm warning will go for another 45 minutes or so. The main concern with this line of thunderstorm activity, mostly in the way of straight line winds. Wind gusts possibly upwards of 60 miles per hour. You can see that at the top left of your screen. That is the details coming in from the National Weather Service, who issue these watches and warnings, at least the warnings here in West Michigan. You can see the maximum wind gusts possible, 60 miles per hour with this severe thunderstorm warning. Hail to a lesser extent, maybe some pea-size hail, nickel-size hail, upwards of 3/4 of an inch at best. That's sub-severe, but it's the top threat the National Weather Service is giving this specific thunderstorm that's moving through Van Buren County, is that there is the potential that a tornado could form as these thunderstorms roll through Van Buren County. Now, as of now, not sensing any rotation with this thunderstorm activity as it's moving in a southwest to northeast fashion. This is moving pretty quickly at about 50 miles per hour. This storm is moving to the north and east at 50 miles per hour. You can see this radar loop here is only an hour. How quickly it's raced through parts of Berrien County and now into Cass and Van Buren County. Again, this is a severe thunderstorm warning in play for Van Buren County until 9 this evening. Wind the main concern, but we got to keep an eye on the potential for a tornado possible. We're going to, if you're watching us here on 13 Plus, in about a minute or so, just to give some transparency here, we are going to break in over the air on our programming on WZZM, just to give an update to those that are watching regular programming. So you might see me stop for just a quick second or two. But again, severe thunderstorm warning in play for Van Buren County. A good amount of lightning associated with this storm over the last hour, nearly 170 lightning strikes. This is a look at velocity. This is what's important in terms of trying to sense any rotation in these thunderstorms. Really not noticing any textbook rotation, and that's indicated by the red and greens mixing very closely together, not seeing that as of now on radar. Real quick, for those that are watching us on 13 Plus, you're going to give us a quick second here. We are about to interrupt into regular programming here on WZZM.
This is a 13 Weather Impact Alert.
Good evening, West Michigan. I'm meteorologist Blake Hansen. We're interrupting regular programming very quickly here for a severe thunderstorm warning that has been issued for Van Buren County by the National Weather Service. This severe thunderstorm warning is in effect until 9 this evening. The main concern with this severe thunderstorm warning is mostly in the way of straight line winds, upwards of 60 miles per hour. But there is the potential, as this thunderstorm, this complex of thunderstorms roll through Van Buren County, there is the tag of a possible tornado from the National Weather Service. So we got to keep a close eye on any rotation that does occur as these thunderstorms roll through Van Buren County to the north and east at about 50 miles per hour. So these are fast moving thunderstorms. A lot of lightning associated with these thunderstorms over the last hour. You can see generally anywhere between 80 to 90 lightning strikes in Berrien County alone over the last hour. This is a look at rotation, and we're just keeping an eye on any greens and reds matching together. That would sense some rotation in the atmosphere, keeping a closer eye generally a little bit to the north and east of the, or I should say the north and west of the Hartford area, keeping a little bit of broad rotation there. But again, this is all due to a line of thunderstorms that originated in Illinois earlier this afternoon. It has now made its way into West Michigan. As of now, there is a severe thunderstorm watch just for the counties that are along I-94. So this includes Van Buren, Kalamazoo, and Calhoun County until 1 in the morning. You can see that red box there originating as far north as I-94. So the rest of West Michigan not in that severe thunderstorm watch that was issued by the Storm Prediction Center. We'll keep you updated if anything changes there. But as of now, severe thunderstorm warning in play for Van Buren County until 9 this evening. This is all moving in a north and east direction. So if we do see these storms continue to hold their strength in time, this would be approaching Kalamazoo County and possibly into southern Allegan and Berry County. But we'll keep you updated if needed as the evening goes on. Just want to give a quick note that there is a severe thunderstorm warning for Van Buren County until 9 this evening. Straight line winds the main concern, but we'll keep a close eye on any potential of rotation with these storms as they roll through the county. As for now, it is 8:20 here on this Wednesday evening. We'll keep you covered through the rest of the night if we need to, but for now, we'll send you back to regular programming.
This has been a 13 Weather Impact Alert.
All right, we're back here on 13 Plus. We just interrupted over the air on WZZM Channel 13. Just to give a quick update, because of the wording the National Weather Service is giving the severe thunderstorm warning for Van Buren County. Again, it's the tornado possible tag that you can see here on the top left of your screen. There it is, tornado possible. That's the one concern with this thunderstorm complex compared to just your run-of-the-mill severe thunderstorm warning. So we just need to keep a close eye on any rotation that could be occurring as these storms roll through within the next hour or two. Generally speaking, this is pushing quickly into or through Van Buren County, moving to the north and east at about 50 miles per hour. I'm going to take off the information here. Here's a better look. And if we try to get this here, I'm going to actually do something here. If we take this to the north and east at about 50 miles per hour, if it holds its strength, you can see generally reaching the Pawpaw area within basically a couple minutes from now. Off towards Kalamazoo, the southern half of that thunderstorm complex rolling through Kalamazoo in roughly 20 to 25 minutes at about 8:45. And if it continues its strength, which we'll see how it does, they would be impacting those in the Galesburg area just shy of 9 this evening and maybe clipping the northwest side of Battle Creek by about 9:10, 9:15 or so. That's if these storms hold their strength as they continue to press north and eastward through West Michigan. We'll say the ingredients for severe weather are going to start to wane. We are now past sunset by a good 25 minutes or so, so we're losing the instability in our atmosphere. The one thing that's helping these storms is a good amount of wind shear in our atmosphere, which is the changing speed or direction of wind with height. That's what's allowing these storms to feed off a little bit over the last hour and still pushing into West Michigan. But again, this the heaviest of rain, lightning, for example, and probably the gustiest winds are generally in the Lawrence area right now, heading on the doorstep of Pawpaw. So if you're in the Pawpaw area, yeah, you're going to see these storms roll in within the next minute or two. Probably already hearing a little bit of thunder. Again, we're keeping just a closer eye on if there's any rotation with these storms. Not necessarily seeing anything right now that warrants any concern. You can kind of see the leading edge of this thunderstorm complex. If I can get my pointer here. There we go. Yeah, this is the leading edge of the wind. So stretching to the northwest side of the county, right down through Lawrence. It's a Decatur area. That's generally where we're seeing the strongest winds as of now. And again, this is all pushing to the north and east at about 50 miles per hour. So it's a quick moving storm here. A fair amount of lightning over the last hour that's been pushing through. I've noticed anywhere between about 100 to 150 lightning strikes within the last hour. So a fair amount of thunder and lightning associated with this storm. Again, we're now past sunset, so not too concerned for people maybe still enjoying the warmth that was around today. We were well into the 60s, even into the lower 70s for those closer to Kalamazoo and Battle Creek. But again, these storms all originated. I'm going to try to just kind of paint a picture here for you. These storms all originated back in Illinois earlier this afternoon. There they are. Those were the original thunderstorms off towards Illinois, and how they have quickly made their way through the state into parts of Indiana and now into West Michigan as we're pushing 8:30 in the evening. Really, I think the biggest thing with this complex of thunderstorms is you can kind of see a little bit of that bowing action here, right in here. Generally, that's where you see some stronger wind gusts at the apex of that bow. That's where we're possibly seeing some wind gusts try to approach 60 miles per hour, and the bigger reasoning why the National Weather Service went ahead and issued this severe thunderstorm warning about 20 minutes ago, about 10 minutes ago at 8:14. So again, that's what they're keeping an eye on. That's what we're keeping an eye on. And again, it all really comes down to the messaging of this severe thunderstorm warning that has the threat on the top left of your screen, that tornado possible messaging, the wording of that, just because when you have that bowing signature to these thunderstorms, you can sometimes get quick rotation in our atmosphere, especially with the amount of wind shear that's present as of now. But that's what we're keeping an eye on for the most part right now. Not noticing, I'm going to try to pull up a few other things here. Yeah, there we go. So there's that thunderstorm complex generally moving its way through Van Buren County right now. Not sensing a lot of rotation with this storm, to be honest. I'm not really seeing much. We might see if we can get back to the changing colors you see on the map there. That's a difference of what radar site we're accessing here. Right now, this is through Grand Rapids at the Ford International Airport. When I move my screen here, and you're going to see it change to that, you notice how the colors swap there. That's feeding off of the radar that's located in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Van Buren County in a little bit of a tougher spot for radar just because of its positioning between Grand Rapids and the Fort Wayne radar respectively. So kind of just trying to decipher between both radar sites here, but not necessarily seeing a lot of rotation. I think if anything right now, that leading edge, what you're seeing in green here, that is generally where the strongest winds are, and winds seem to lighten up, diminish pretty quickly behind that leading edge, the surging air out ahead of those storms. So that's good news as of now, not really seeing any rotation. But as always, we have a severe thunderstorm warning in play. We want to respect the severe thunderstorm warning. You want to respect the polygon. That's a kind of a favorable phrase to use these days. And you can see that's generally just in Van Buren County right now. Then also we have a severe thunderstorm warning for Cass County until 8:30. This is a little bit outside of our neck of the woods, our viewing area here at WZZM. But in Cass County, they are contending with a severe thunderstorm warning until 8:30. Notice the tagging, the wording of this warning remains the same as well as the warning in Van Buren County. Wind gusts to 60 miles per hour. Some smaller sized hail, but the main messaging there is that it is still possible there could be a spin-up tornado. So something that resembles both warnings there, and there it is as we go into Van Buren County. The storm's pressing through. I will say that it does appear that kind of noticing a little bit of a weakening trend of that bow that was kind of more prevalent a few minutes ago. Kind of see how that looked a little bit more fierce, and it seems like it's outrunning its best ingredients in the atmosphere. So that we'll see if that trend continues. But again, we're mostly noticing these thunderstorms pushing north and eastward. If you're watching from Holland, watching from Muskegon, if you're wondering, you might be wondering what's going on there as well. Some thunder and lightning up towards parts of northern Newaygo County into Lake and Mason County. These are sub-severe storms. These are not severe thunderstorms by any means, but hey, they are still a little bit on the loud side, allowing for some torrential rain quickly, and then some thunder and lightning, maybe just enough in the way of wind to be noticeable, maybe some gustier winds, but by far nothing severe as we push in farther to the north. A little bit more just in the way of rain, stretching to just to the west of the lake shore, across Lake Michigan, to the west of Holland and Muskegon. And again, those are those thunderstorms across the northern half of the area. But it's all about this thunderstorm that's pushing through Van Buren County right now that is still under a severe thunderstorm warning until 9 this evening, pressing to the north and east at 50 miles per hour. This includes the entire county here. So we'll see how it goes. If the National Weather Service is going to issue another warning, maybe even a little bit farther into Kalamazoo County, we'll see what they decide on here within the next probably 10 minutes or so, as these storms are moving at a good clip. But again, back to radar, really not seeing a lot of rotation here. Let's try to get another look here. There's a look at lightning, some decent lightning, but also noticing less in the way of lightning strikes over the last few minutes compared to as these storms rolled through Berrien County. And there's a look at rotation. Just looking for some of those inbound and outbound winds. And yeah, not really sensing any rotation as of now. Let's hope that stays that way as these storms roll through. This is all part of a bigger complex here, low pressure system. I want to kind of show, just to kind of break up the talk of thunderstorms right now, what we'll be seeing later tonight. Yeah, enjoy the 60s while they're still here. You probably got another hour or two, and then those numbers are going to fall off. Much colder air to our north and west. This is all being driven by a low pressure system, cold front swinging through. So we're going to see these 60s turn into 30s within the next 6 to 8 hours or so. You can see, yeah, the numbers really take a nosedive as the night goes on, especially after midnight. And by daybreak tomorrow, we're only going to be in the 30s. So big difference compared to today, where we were in the 60s, even to around 70 degrees. Just want to kind of take you through a look at our future radar, our model that we look at. And you can kind of see it's doing an okay job trying to indicate what's going on here in the atmosphere right now. See some of those thunderstorms, what it's trying to predict in Van Buren County right now. But generally, these will push to the north and east over the next few hours. I think our thunderstorm chance will be done with probably by 11 this evening at the latest. I wouldn't be surprised if we even see this thunderstorm risk wrap up sooner within the next hour or two. And then the focus will turn to, yeah, there you go. We transition back to snow tomorrow morning. And we could see maybe a little bit of accumulation, especially on the grassy surfaces, maybe some of the side roads. If the snow falls heavy enough and quick enough in the morning tomorrow, maybe for some slushy spots, but nothing that should get out of hand because, yeah, the snow is out of here in a hurry and will probably end tomorrow with some sunshine. So it's just a brief taste of winter on the first day of fall. But for those that's joining us here on 13 Plus, meteorologist Blake Hansen, it is 8:34 here in the evening. We have a severe thunderstorm warning in play for Van Buren County. The reasoning why, we're just kind of talking little bit about weather here is that the National Weather Service, they're warning of this warning. Not only is there the opportunity of 60-mile-per-hour winds in the way of straight line winds, but also the possibility of a spin-up tornado, just because we have enough wind higher up in our atmosphere, maybe for some rotation to occur. The good news is that I have not seen really any signature of rotation with this storm. It looks like they're updating this warning now. Now it's just to the east side of Van Buren County. Yeah, there we go. Mostly for Paw Paw up into the Bloomingdale area. If we really want to zoom in a little bit more, the Lawton area, right along I-94 at the M40 interchange, right around there. So again, this is mostly the eastern half of Van Buren County now. And also, I think the biggest thing here, just noticing that, you look at the top left of the screen here, they have removed the possible tornado tag, which is great news. They must be noticing that these storms are diminishing. Can we take the graphics full screen just real quick here, guys? Thank you so much. Yeah, definitely looks like they are seeing the same thing that I've been kind of seeing as well, is that it looks like there's been a little bit of a diminishing trend in terms of these thunderstorms the past 20, 30 minutes or so. You can see the big difference compared to when these storms rolled on. Yeah, you can see that bowing signature of these storms compared to now as we're pushing farther, and it's kind of losing its strength a little bit, becoming more messy, as we like to say, becoming more just torrential rain, thunder and lightning, maybe some gustier winds here and there. And it does appear that we did just get another statement from, let's see what we got here. Yes, okay, so there we go. So while we have the severe thunderstorm warning still in play for eastern Van Buren County until 9 o'clock this evening, maybe for just some leftover wind, the National Weather Service went ahead and just issued a special weather statement for Kalamazoo County. So while these storms are possibly still packing a little bit of a punch, it does appear they are sub-severe. As these storms roll into Kalamazoo County, wind gusts upwards to 50 miles per hour. That's still packing, a punch, but does not meet severe criteria. And just for example here, this is what we look for in terms of severe thunderstorm definitions. Yeah, we're looking for hail that's 1 inch or larger for a storm to become warned, or wind gusts in excess of 58 miles per hour. So as these storms are rolling into Kalamazoo County, the expectation right now is that these storms may provide wind up to 50 miles per hour. So somewhat strong, but remaining sub-severe. And that's why they are not going to extend that warning in the Kalamazoo County. And I'm sure they're just going to let this severe thunderstorm warning taper off, if not even cancel it within the next few minutes for Van Buren County. These storms are still moving at a pretty decent clip here at about 45 to 50 miles per hour, putting on a little bit of lightning here. It seems like over the last, kind of lost a little bit of our lightning here too. So I think the biggest thing is that we're noticing that these storms are taking somewhat of a diminishing trend here, which is great news. We don't need to see severe weather, but some quick rainfall, which we could use some more rainfall across West Michigan. We are technically in a drought, so we do need a little bit of rain here as we push into the springtime. But this is the main storm right now, as it's quickly working through eastern Van Buren County. This will probably be out of the county within the next 5 minutes or so, based on how quick it's moving at about 50 miles per hour. Just a quick look elsewhere. Let's try to get... There we go. We still have some thunderstorms up towards US 10, the Baldwin area, up in Lake County. Some torrential rain, thunder and lightning. So still a little bit of a loud evening up towards US 10 right now with the thunder and lightning in play. And you can see, based on the coloring there, some torrential rain. There's a better look at radar from the radar site. And yeah, you're got some decent rain reaching the ground in Lake County, especially just to the north of the Baldwin area. A little bit of rain in Oceana County, but not seeing any thunder or lightning there. And then some showers and storms trying to form or trying to push onshore just to the north of the Saugatuck area towards Holland and such. So that's what we're, for the most part, looking at here. I do want to go back and just show what our severe weather outlook was for today. Most of West Michigan has been in a level 1 marginal risk. You can see the yellow coloring here, and we'll call it a orangish brown coloring. The yellow coloring is a level 2 out of 5 slight risk, and then that bullseye in Illinois into the western half, very western half of Indiana, that is a level 3 enhanced risk out of 5. The Storm Prediction Center goes up to a level 5 in terms of severe weather risk. Here in West Michigan, we just have been in a level 1 for the most part over the last day or so. You can see that that's the dark green coloring, but in Van Buren County, parts of Kalamazoo County, there it is. That was kind of where our focus was if storms became severe towards I-94 and then to the state line, and somewhat have seen that over the last hour. But I think as we get through the next 30 minutes or so, we're starting to lose a lot of instability. The peak of daytime heating is now lost. We're seeing those numbers actually fall into the 50s, and now this is a look at current temperatures. We're still holding on to lower 60s from Grand Rapids to the south and east, but look farther to the north with some of that rain pushing through. Fremont's down to 48, Muskegon's at 52. Yeah, you're starting to lose any steam that you need for these storms. So I'm not really sensing that we're going to have a lot more in the way of any severe weather for this evening at least. We'll keep a close eye on those storms can maybe get one last surge in Kalamazoo County, but it's not looking like it as of now. Again, if you're joining us, it's 8:41 here on the 8:42 now on this Wednesday evening. We've been talking about the opportunity of thunderstorms at the very least, but more trying to focus on the potential of some stronger to severe storms. We haven't seen any severe storms here in West Michigan this season. We had opportunity last Friday night, but most of those storms fizzled out before they got into West Michigan. So this is, I believe, our first severe thunderstorm warning of the season, at least here in our viewing area of West Michigan. This is still going in play until 9 this evening. Some winds maybe upwards of 60 miles per hour, but yeah, I really think we're noticing this diminishing trend over the last 5 to 10 minutes, not really sensing too much more. If we can take the graphics full real quick. We got something, maybe a little bit of an update here. Let's see what we got. And there we go. So this is just, this is the latest update. And there we go. Notice that while I was grabbing to the printer here, fresh off the press, the severe thunderstorm warning for Van Buren County is now canceled. Storms that prompted the warning have weakened below severe limits, no longer pose an imminent threat to life or property. The warning has been canceled. Gusty winds 40 to 50 miles per hour are still possible with these thunderstorms, but again, it does appear that we're noticing a bit of a weakening trend with these thunderstorms over the last 10 to 15 minutes now, especially compared to when I first jumped on here on 13 plus as those storms were rolling into Berrien County and then the southwest corner of Van Buren County. So that's the good news there. Again, I think through the rest of this evening, we'll keep a close eye on, and if any storms could become severe once again, I'm not sensing that. I think as we go through the evening hours, we're going to have some thunderstorms around. They should mostly behave, and then the focus will turn to some much colder air pressing in after midnight. And yes, you will be waking up to snowflakes flying at least for a few hours as Old Man Winter tries to sneak back in. So we're going to leave it there. It's 8:43. We've been on for nearly 30 minutes. If you've been watching the entire time or just for a few minutes, we appreciate it. We'll have you covered all season long as severe storms come through. and give you the latest updates as they're needed. But for now, I think we're all good with severe storms. No severe thunderstorm warnings in play. All these storms are sub-severe as of now. If anything changes, we'll keep you updated and come back on 13 Plus or over the air on WZZM. For now, have a great rest of your Wednesday evening, everyone. We'll talk to you later.
This has been a 13 Weather Impact Alert.